This strange horror film is one of my favourite gems that I find is deserving of the mainstream attention, with a beginning that pays homage to one of my favourite slashers, Urban Legend.
You're in trouble. What? Would you just open the door? I am telling you that there is someone in there with you.
The beginning of the film confuses you on what exactly to expect. Oddity is a 2024 Irish horror film written and directed by Damian McCarthy. It follows a blind medium and curio shopkeeper who is still grieving the death of her twin sister a year prior, when a wooden mannequin from her collection becomes crucial to her quest to uncover the truth about her sister's murder. Is this a twist on the should you believe the crazy guy? Or are things like they say really not right? Oddity starts off very strong, with Danny, played by a woman named Carolyn Bracken, alone in an isolated stone house, seemingly quite far from civilization. One night, a loud knock pierced through the silence of her home, and upon peering through the peephole, she sees a man played by Tyg Murphy.
You're in trouble.
With a wild stare and a glass eye. Urgently, he warns her he saw someone enter the house, and she's in grave danger.
There's nobody in here except me, and you've made a mistake, and I'd really like you to leave.
This unsettling stranger could be luring her into a trap. Yet, she did hear creaking upstairs. Could he be telling her the truth? And even if he is, does she really want to step outside with him? Shot in County Cork, Ireland, Oddity can be looked at as your true danger out of sight paranormal film on the surface. But is it a paranormal film? Well, it depends, because I don't know if I'd class it as a paranormal. Ireland has such a strong history and connection with spirituality, which you could say stems from our mythological history, like the Celtic mythology or the Druidic tradition, but I'd not class this really as supernatural. You look at it from a non-devious demonic aspect, because it's less about ghosts, and it's more so about what we know in Ireland as the tin places, for some people where the barrier between the physical and spiritual world can be crossed over more easily, like a psychic. And it plays on the curse of seeing things how badly they really were, but that doesn't mean this isn't a horror film. It's horror, but it's based more accurately to the real world and can be looked at not so fictitiously. Its backbone is based on grief, paranoia. Its isolation is where it works, and it questions really what's going on throughout the runtime. The narrative would centre around Darcy O'Dello, braved with psychometric abilities, a blind clairvoyant, questioning her sister's death and the true history of how it happened. Gifted with a wooden mannequin from her collection, with the belief it holds clues to the night of Danny's death. Mixed in with different motives, and an escaped mental patient who showed up at the doorstep of a woman found dead that very same night. Oddity is a real ride.
You're the fellow who beat his mother to death. What the fuck are they doing letting someone like you back out into the world? I'm not gonna hurt anybody. Get back into the bed.
This film brilliantly discusses the blurring of perception and how it looks at reality, and how it challenges us to consider whether what we see or don't see is the closest to the truth. The lingering of the lost, the dead, right? The place between here and what's next, the pursuit of justice for the wronged, with the help of the part of us that already knows what we know.
No.
Danny would never allow a strange man into her home in the middle of the night.
As unexplainable as it could be, with a mannequin used as the bridge between the living and the dead, not a tool to output evil, which would be commonly used in projects in this genre. And you can say it taps into Ireland's history with the supernatural, the elements of mysticism and mediumship. They're the fighting forces used to conclude the story.
So, she'll be at the house on Friday.
And whether you believe it or not, it would suggest that the spirit world is not just folklore, but an active presence in every human's life. So can the vision of the blind be more clear than those with sight? Is the objective to shine light on the belief in the thin veil between the living and the dead, or just simply a plot to smoothly tell a tale? I believe it illustrates the weight of grief in how it's unrelenting to those who feel it.
He was dangerous. I should have seen it.
It wasn't your fault, Ted.
Switching from the dark demonic evil humans who kill to be the messengers of something dark, but instead it taps into spirit of the good. That is the spirit of the messenger. It's a dark and sad story, but its fight in the right was haunting. In a good way. It left a good aftertaste. And this is what I like in horror. I like that a lot.
And, that's about it here. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I miss you. Okay. See you then.
If you haven't seen it, I really strongly recommend you watch Oddity. One of Ireland's gems of a horror film. I've seen nothing like it come out of this Emerald Isle, so I don't know, maybe you should check it out.
Would you just open the door? I am telling you that there is someone in there with you.